Alright, so welcome back. We are in the LM beginner tutorial continuation. We just mirror warped out of the Area 2 bathroom. And we are ready to go to Mirror Worm, or Mirror Room. So we will go through the double door again. Go straight right. And that key unlocked this door. So we'll unlock that. We'll ignore Clairvoyant, who's in here for now. You don't have to worry about her. Just go to the right. In this room you have some ghosts, just keep them on, spin around in circles. And just suck them up. You'll get one at the top left and then one at the bottom right. Or more like bottom left. If you stand where I'm standing, I guess I could be around that area. It's actually in the center of the room. Now for the doubles, you can kind of keep the same idea you had with the bathroom double basically. And I'll try to put my controller cam back, since the first part's kind of assumed anyway. So I believe I'm not in motion here yet. So you have this, you can grab the bottom and then do the down and C-stick spin. This is when it really helps because you're in an open area. Then you want to be down left because the first guy spawns down here. And get it again. And after the second double you want to go right because you want to try to find this boo quickly. So just remember down right on the first double. Get grab on. What in the world, okay? And you can grab by again, spin off with the C-stick, and then go straight right. And you're ready for this part. So in this part, when you're over here, we're trying to find the boo, what we're going to do is called a save warp with the boo. Once we find them, because it's a little bit faster to do that than clear out this, and then to get yourself out of this room by doing the candles and the text and all that other thing is about a few seconds faster depending on RNG in this room. So the spawns that you have in this room, you have the torch right here, the painting that you can see on the upper right, the desk cabinet or whatever you want to call it down there, below the painting, and then this torch over here, and then this one is also one over here, which is the only bad RNG spot you have far away. Clearly. So basically you just want to hit these spots. One good thing to do is if you can get over here, just pick up a vacuum and just point into them. You can activate some spots. And you may have to point up the left way where the pointing is, and then you want to open the chest. Get the boo. And you want to land on top of the fire element so that you pick it up, because we can save warp with it and still have the power of what the fire element does, which is basically gives us the ability to use fire through the vacuum. So instead of me watching the really long text, I would just save here. If you're not comfortable with that, obviously, it only saves you what? I have a save thing here somewhere, yeah. If you're not comfortable with it, then after this, it's not gonna hurt to do this, because it's pretty awkward at first. If you're getting these doubles, you can do the old strat, which was just get the fire element. And grab it right away. I'll show this example once so that you know what to do if you're struggling with the other one and you keep losing the boo. I don't want that to happen to people. Yeah. And then you want to go right and vacuum this stuff and see if you get a boo. Once you get a boo, you can activate it. And then you have to light up these two torches to get out of this room, normally. So you need to light this and then light this without putting the vacuum away like I did, and then you can get out of here and you can continue. But if you're comfortable with the save warp, which I guess he was in the painting before, is he in there again, or is it over here? It's not over there now, it's over there. Alright, so chest. Get the boo, and if you do the older strat from before, you can still light the same candle that I'm going to start loading, that I can do here too. That I will do here too. Anyway, I need to save warp out of here. And every time you save warp, you can restart from the console, where you can soft reset like you did before, like I did. Start BNX, same thing. And then just press your first file and you'll have yourself right back where you are. You need to click hit mansion, you'll be ready to go. Left door, you need fire to light the candles if you didn't do the strat the first time. So you'll need to go to the left and get the fire and bring yourself back right again. When you walk into the door, if you're coming from the right side, you're coming from this door, as you did the other strat, light this up candle from here. If you came in from this door, do the same candle, just you'll be at a different angle, so light it from here. And you want to light all these candles, and then there'll be a candle here. Just count to 4 and back up. And the same idea there, you can point yourself straight right and up with the vacuum. And then just don't use the C stick as you come back on this one, this example. And don't use the C stick when you come back, like don't push it up when you come back. Keeps it lifted a little bit more, and sometimes it wiggles with it a little bit for this one, because it's from the side, I guess. But you can go just straight right, straight up, and then straight back, and maybe even, yeah, that's basically the idea, just go straight back, and you'll get a pretty solid key. Once you just get the timing of when the key actually can be available to come to you at the time, as long as you get the timing of the 4 seconds. Alright, anyway, after that, you will have a Butler cycle, which during the save warp, one of the reasons why we do that is because we get a good Butler cycle every time if we play optimally. When we fire these guys, get the fire, get the key, and come over here, we'll get a fast Butler cycle. It's not related to RNG, because the Butler cycle itself isn't RNG, but it is caused by RNG. From booze and your movement and whatever. So, which is obviously not RNG, but you know. So anyway, you need to go get the Butler. So you have to go out here and back down this hallway. And obviously make sure you don't get scared. And you need to light this guy's candle. And this is the first cycle of the game, which can be probably pretty tough for beginners. Ooh, don't do what I did, Gap. So anyway, let's stop right here. This would be a good place. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. So we're walking back here. And for the beginner side, just get this. Turn around and get the hat. Turn around and get the ghost. Turn around in a circle, will be a guy to your right. And I'll do something a little bit easier here. You can actually get this guy to the right here. And then get the guy to the left here. And then go right out the door right away and try not to get in the chest. Let me do that again. Or try to like mash A on the door right away to try to get through it. And just go right through the door there is what you want to do. Just mash A and try to get through the door. If you don't get through the door, that's okay too. Just make sure you don't miss the Butler cycle, which I'll explain what you can do there if you don't get it. That's okay. If you can get the double, I'll show the double too, because it'll give you a little bit more time. But for beginner's sake, a lot of people don't realize that we used to do singles there. You should be aware it's not. For people that don't need to be like going for the chest or mouse hole and all that stuff all at one time. Just make sure you make this cycle. Don't worry about losing 2 seconds right away when you're first starting because you didn't get this. It's okay. Okay, straight left, shake off, and turn around, you'll get the double. And then what you want to do is you want to go through the door. And you want to point, there's a mouse hole to the left. In fact, I don't even care if I miss the Butler cycle, there's a mouse hole over here that you want to shine. And try to get that before the Butler starts making the noise that he's making right now. He only does that like a certain amount of times, I'm not even really sure how much, but he only does it for like a few seconds and then he just spawns and then he goes back out in the hallway and you have to go do the entire animation again and he comes all the way back down the hall again. You gotta wait. It's about a minute and 20-second time loss. That's why I said don't worry about the small things right away, just make sure you get the cycle. That's the main thing. That's the main thing you need to get in mind. When it seems too easy, then add other stuff to it, you know? Then you just want to point at him and get the suck up here. And it may actually be easier if you do top left in there as a beginner, so you don't have to go, well, I don't know. Top left or bottom right, whatever you can get to. If you get down to the bottom, it's nice to get fire, but sometimes you don't even get it there if you don't like. I can show you where it is and you can like be aware, I guess. But if you don't like the double, you can just do the singles. Just make sure you get to the door if you can. And try to get this. And this. And you can actually stay here if you want as well. You can stay here and go because you got 2 spawn points right here. One of the most favored spawn points of this boot tends to be the shed. As you can tell, he just literally switched out of it. You were paying attention to the radar there. He likes to be here a lot, so it's not actually a bad idea to be here. It's just nice to have the fire if you get there a little bit quicker. See if I can get there a little bit quicker. Ooh, dang, that's the wrong one. There we go. We'll use the double example again so you can see that. Because I did that just once. Left, turn right, get the double. Go through here. And see if you get that double, you have plenty of time here. You can go down and go like down left here because you see there's like a fire that spawns there. Hopefully there's no mouse there. You may have to avoid that. Keep that in mind. You don't want the mouse to hit you. The good news is that if a mouse hits you there and you suck them up, Butler comes back and you only lose like 10 seconds. So it's not as bad as missing the cycle. But let's pretend like that didn't happen. So we sucked up the ghost and then you can see I got like an extra fire thing there which will come in handy later. You also buy the chest here. If you're over where I was before and you sucked up the ghost, then you just want to like hit right here. And then hit down here. If you can like see where the boo is and then you want to go for the chest second. And get the chest and get the key, get the chest. And then you want to get yourself to the boo. And there, and I think I'll explain flashlight skips after that. I could explain it now, but yeah, it's not that hard to explain, but you want to get the boo and then you want to go through this. And you'll get the text skip. If you have the JP version, you'll go through there and you get the text skip. If you have the English version, that's one of the things that saves time to have the Japanese version, is you won't go through there. Either time with the boo. Just want to make sure that you get yourself there. If you don't get there, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Just get yourself through the mouse hole the second after the text is over. Even if you're in JP, not a big deal if you're starting off. Just get the feel of it, you know. We'll do this one more time so we have a state. Only reason why I personally would say go for the singles is because that double spread can be a little funky and you can miss it very easily if you're not used to it. So if you don't get it, don't worry about it. Get the singles. A lot of people don't remember that we used to get the singles all the time. Singles is not a big deal. Still can get the Butler cycle. Doesn't lose that much time. Just maybe a little bit harder to get the fast things later, but once you get a feel for it, we can learn in the advanced part of this tutorial, we'll learn the other stuff as well. So now we have Butler cycle, so let's do the chest strat first, since we're so far ahead. Mouse hole. Also try to aim at it around the edges of the mouse hole, because the hitboxes in this game are weird, and if you aim right in the middle, it won't activate. So try the edges of the mouse hole. So if you're down here, as opposed to top left, you want to do chest first, and while you're waiting for that key to drop, you want to go for places. It's better to go up, because most of the time the boo is up. Which he was there, even though he switched. And you would check this spot, for example. Obviously he's over here now, as you can see he switched over here. And then you want to get the key, and then you want to bring out your vacuum. And do the boo strat. And get yourself into the mouse hole. See if I can do this without killing myself here. Alright. So, when you get in here, let's not be in sidestep. This is a little bit of a transition, you're going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, because these are punchers. If you screw it up, it's not good. Obviously, it's not good. So, the first thing you want to do, though, is you want to do the mouse hole. Wait till Luigi gets up. You pull out the Game Boy Horror and you do this, and like I said, keep in mind if you do it in the middle sometimes, and I think it's not quite right there, it's a little bit lower than that where it doesn't activate. Yeah, you see how that one spot didn't activate? You don't want to aim there. Basically you want to do and I can go in and out of this since how it doesn't matter. I think I can save state here, this will be easier to explain than through the other thing. So anyway, you want to do this. And there are 4 punchers in here. All of them have ice hearts. Which I think that's the first example of you seeing that in the entire game. Yeah, it should be the first example. So you need to fire their hearts before you can suck them up. Otherwise, if you flash them, nothing will happen. So for example, let's say I went up to this guy's right here. I tried to flash him and suck him up, and then that happened, I just get killed. Basically, right? And he's happy and he laughs and runs away. But what you want to do is you want to fire him, and then you can flash him, and then you can suck him up. And the bats are a thing, and we'll talk about that as we go here too. But there's a transition thing you want to figure out here, and I'm not sure if I can think of anything you could do as a beginner here. I know what you can do at the end and the beginning. We'll try to see if we can get the hang of this, but the first one you want to hit is up here. This top left one. This one is the second one, the one that I've already hit before. This one. And then this one is the next transition. Just for starters, we'll just, I guess, hit this box, get scared, and burn them. Move down here, hit this, and burn them, and move to the next one. Hit and burn, move to the next one. Hit and burn them again. then stand in this corner. And suck them up. And bat shouldn't be an issue with that problem either. So we'll go over that again. Burn. Left. Burn. Up. Burn. Down. Burn. It's going to take some practice to get used to, I guarantee you. Like the transition to this and the Butler cycle, this split's pretty hard for a beginner to get used to. But you definitely like want to get that feel. I'm trying to think if there's anything you could do easier here. If you were struggling with that, I mean, you could just, if you really, really wanted to, you could just obviously just suck them all up one by one. And don't be bad like me when you do it. The only thing about that is that the bats are going to come down anyway, so that's not really any safe. So it's kind of not really much of a safe thing to do. You kind of have to really learn this strat, really. Actually, maybe I know what you can do. Use fire to your advantage. If you feel like you have to burn and you don't think it's very safe, and you're kind of scared, you can burn a little bit more or something. That's one thing you can do in this game, like transition from one side to the other. If you like, if someone's off cycle and one guy's like way over there and you missed them or something like that, what you can do is do the left to right burn factor that I like to do. Use this in PAL a lot. Let's say I miss a guy. Now see how they're like a little bit off cycle now? So let's go over here and move it back over here. What that does is if you go the opposite direction of where you were before and go back the other way, all of the guys will like come together, and then the guy that was burned last will come to you last, and the guy that was burned first, which will be further away, will come to you, and it'll make it easier for you to get it the second time. Or a third time, or whatever. And if you feel comfortable with it, you can go a little bit closer. If you get really comfortable with this, you can go a little bit closer with that. You don't have to go all the way down left. Down left makes it really easy. And a good starting point. I mean, you can stand like right here and still get this. And that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you suck up the ghost. If you struggle with sucking up the ghost, it could also be a problem, but you'll get used to that as you go as well. All comes together. If you're still struggling with that, then still give yourself a little bit more time. Most likely a bat won't be over here. Sometimes he will be, but most of the time he won't. Occasionally. Now that we've done that, let's say we sucked up the ghost and we're somewhere in this area. You kind of want to read this room because you have this, the left, up, and then right, and then down right box here. There is nothing in the closed stuff. Any of the closed, except for the right one. I just said that and I thought it was really good, and then I realized the right one was closed. All the open ones can have a boo in it. That's one way you can remember. All the open ones can have a boo in it, except for this right one is the only exception to that. If you can remember that, you got it. All this other stuff doesn't have anything in it unless you're doing 100%. We'll worry about that later. None of this stuff. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff, just these 5 spots of this, and then the 4 that are open. That's the easiest way to explain it. I don't have to really tell you where they are. That's pretty obvious they're open. So I mean, obviously when you get to it, you just want to hit it. Set yourself up if he's not there. If you get a bomb, you may want to avoid the explosion. And same thing here, do the boost strat and get yourself out of the mouse hole so you get the tech skip and going back out if you have GP. If you don't, then you do that. And you also want to be careful, you don't want to go into the mouse hole too fast. You want to make sure the animation starts going into the vacuum in a good place, because if it jumps into the vacuum on the correct frame, you will stay in the mouse hole the entire time. and you will be soft locked and you will not be able to continue the run. So just keep that in mind. For like starters, you can be too late and not get the tech skip, but you can continue the run. I would worry about maybe taking like a little bit extra time until you get like a feel of where that spot is. Actually, what I did there is you saw I spun out of the hole here and I ended up where I was. If you do it normally, you'll end up over here and you'll stumble a couple times. If you end up right here, that means you were close to soft lock. You did it pretty early, but it doesn't lose time to do it either way. It actually, because you stumble less and you stumble more here, you actually get to the door at exactly the same speed for some reason. It's weird, but it's something to think about. We'll continue this part into this part here. You gotta go into the laundry room and get this boo that you left the room earlier. We'll see this chest cutscene, don't worry about it. You can choose to go left or right. I prefer right myself. You can just go right and point up, and hopefully there won't be a mushroom there. Wow. Well. I don't think I saved. I think I saved and didn't save state it. Or did I? I did save it. Okay. I'm sorry. We'll go back. Alright, so again. The boo's there. You activate it. You go over here. If he's not, you activate the 2 right spots. You have a boo also. I should actually say both spots here. There's a boo up in this, and there's a boo up in that as well. And the cloth can get in the way there, which can make it kind of slow. Not a big deal as a beginner if you accidentally suck up the cloth during the animation. You obviously see if I stand where I am right there, you see I activated them both at the same time and not touching the cloth. That's a good place to stand. This basket right here, which you can't really hit, but that basket right there and that cabinet also can have a boo in it. So that would be your second activations. If you don't get anything here, I would just move your vacuum over here and get this over here. And let's see. I think we'll call that first spot. That's a good spot to start because I can finish area 2 after that. So this is the part of the meat of area 2 for this tutorial. We'll continue it. Obviously, we'll continue to the next part. See you next time. And we'll start with like flashlight skips, since this is a good place to start, I think. See you guys next time on the continuation of the beginner Luigi's Mansion tutorial.